that he was one of the most successful songwriters of the last century, which is phenomenal when you think of some of the writers that have been around. And that includes Tim Rice, of course, who's here. And Tim will be the first to say he was an exceptional songwriter, and it was an amazing gift. And if Robin were here, he'd say, I wasn't one of the best, I was the best. But aside from that, a lot of people knew him. Everybody that knew him loved him. Some people knew him better on the personal side of Robin, who liked nothing better than not to be showy. He wasn't a showy rock star, he wasn't a showy pop star. He loved writing songs, he loved performing songs. That's what his life was about, really. And his happiest moment was sitting with Ollie in the garden, cup of tea, in the sunshine, job done, that was it. And Robin was one person that didn't want to let go. He would rather be here. Some people think, I've had enough now, but not Robin. He always had that one more song to write, never a number 2, never a number 3. He said, we always write a number 1. And they did. And he was an exceptional character in many ways, because although he was very humble, wasn't flashy with his money, he also supported so many charitable causes. He was the first one to put his hand up and say, I'll help. What do you want? I'll help. Whereas a lot of people wouldn't. They'd be off on their yachts, spending their money, doing whatever they're doing. Robin was always there for every charity. He was a very good man in that respect, and was there for everybody. If anybody wanted him to do anything to help him, and I know that on occasions he's helped people very quietly, charities, just give them a little something on the side, don't make any fuss. That was the sort of man he was. It was a privilege to work with him, it was a privilege to write with him. I was very privileged that he sang one of my songs. It was a privilege to know him as a person, and it was a privilege to know him as a friend. And I think I speak for everybody here when I say we really, really miss him. Would you please welcome Dweena and RJ to do the unveiling? Thank you. Actually, I lied about that. My old colleague, chum, cricketing leader, is going to attempt to get on this wall. I remember the days that he could. I remember the days that he could make it. And I remember the days in the dressing room when he stood behind me in cricket pavilions like this, and I was a worried man. The days when we used to share a cricket box together, which is the most intimate thing probably a man can do, or even in our case, us. Please would you welcome one of our greatest songwriters of the last century, and again, he would say, yes, I was the greatest songwriter of the last century, Tim Rice.
I'd like to thank Mike, who's known as Mick to his friends. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, I've heard that one for such a long time, but I still love it.
I'm on now. Now, to be quite serious, I was so delighted, BG-wise, that in the last decade, at least, of Robin's life, and of course, in the last few years of Morris's life, they were recognized as being the great, great songwriters they were, because they seemed to have hit after hit after hit in the 60s and 70s, and people say, yeah, well, they're okay, they write great pop songs, but they were much, much more than that, and it was so rewarding to see that their great work, phenomenal work, up there with the Beatles, Elton John, great, great songwriters, as Mick said, that it was recognized by all and sundry, and this huge crowd, I think, helps prove that. They were remarkable songwriters and terrific performers, great entertainers. I happened to catch a BG show on television last night, which was filmed, maybe some of you saw it, it was shot in 2001, and to see all three brothers there, on top of their form, singing great songs which ranged over 4 or 5 decades was very moving, and it's a great honor for me to have known Robin, and a great honor for me to be here today, and I can only say that if any new songwriters emerge in the rest of my lifetime with half their talent, I will be staggered. They are truly great, and we all miss Robin very much. Thank you.
Well said. I'm up here forever. Right. I'll do it again.
I think it's time for Dweena and RJ to not exactly scale the wall, but come somewhere close to the wall.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's do the same stuff.
I'm away now.
Mike the mic.
Okay. Want to say something? Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you all for your support. Thank you for coming.
I'll breathe in.
That's not going to help.
One Plaque you probably want to delay as long as possible.
Yay!